Hello, welcome back. Thank you for being here. Let's see which zodiac sign needs the next reading. Alrighty, we'll just burn a little bit of sage. Get the vibe right. Okay. Got a bunch of little tiny bits. Alright, let's see who we're reading for. Let's move this out of the way. Cancer. Awesome. Lovely to see y'all. Let's dive in. Cancer people and placements. What's going on for Cancer people and placements? What is the vibe for Cancers? You could be like, tell me more. This could be something about a romantic or something that like involved your emotions or relationship of some sort. There's something about like Two of Swords in the reverse. Maybe you're seeing the past with more clarity nowadays. Yeah, you could be improving your finances. Side note as well. Tell me more, Cancer. The World. Yeah, there's some kind of ending, some kind of cycle, or some kind of full kind of some kind of full understanding, if not like a complete cycle ending. Like maybe the world has different meaning. Let's see. They're calling me to kind of look up the meaning of it. So the World Tarot card. The world represents an ending to a cycle of life, a pause in life before the next big cycle, beginning with the Fool. It's an indicator of a major inexorable change or a tectonic breadth. Damn, big words. It's a powerful symbol of completion, unity, and the cyclical nature of life. Its meanings in love, career, spirituality, and personal growth offer valuable guidance, blah, 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 to better understand their journey and the challenges they face. Embracing completion and success. Okay, interesting. Joyous accomplishment, unity, spiritual wisdom. Conveys unity, wholeness, and the cyclical nature of life. All right, I guess we've kind of covered that, so infer as you will. All right, Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. Are you maturing? Are you going through some kind of cycle here, some kind of change? This could be regarding your finance, a job. Maybe there's something about like one thing ending, another project beginning. You could be completing big projects at work or beginning to embark on new projects. This could be being kept private, or maybe you're using a lot of your like herd mentality, but also intuition maybe to kind of bring things through. The Moon card. I don't know why I feel the need to like look up the meanings today. I'm just curious, I guess. Trusting one's instincts. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. All right, Cancers. So maybe you're moving towards these new beginnings by using your like instincts as well. Yeah, you could be like strategizing or planning or like kind of I see somebody like maybe like a war general in like the 1940s or 1920s like plotting out on a map like like territories or properties or something. So maybe you're looking at a map, or this could be more metaphorical. Anything else for Cancers? Yeah, because you might have people that that's funny. I didn't even notice that there's a military camp right there. It looks like a little tent. But you could have like enemies or like maybe somebody who is trying to get in the way of your plans. So that's why you kind of are being very careful at this time. I'm seeing someone very strategic, very special ops, so to speak. You could be scrying with water as well, or that could be suggested. You guys are a water sign, like maybe looking within like a bowl or learning how to scry with water could be helpful to have realizations. Or this just could be you naturally having these realizations from the depths of your subconscious awareness. Cancers. Messages for Cancers. Any other messages for lovely Cancer people and placements? Someone could also be seeing something with more clarity regarding like leaving something behind or seeing somebody. This could either be like, I can't tell if this is you or somebody else watching you. You could have eyes on you. Some kind of decision here was made. Yeah. To embark on like a new journey, a new quest, to leave something behind, to gain clarity, to move out of confusion or illusion. I'm hearing La Via Rose, so maybe there's something about a happier time or a more beautiful time. I feel like somebody might not have wanted this for you or something like that, or didn't want you to do this. So that's why there might be a need to keep things hush hush, nudge nudge. Yeah, the star here, beautiful. Peeking right out of the deck. So there's some kind of like evolution, some kind of greater kind of connection or understanding. This could be regarding finances with the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, this could be like healing regarding your job or like your forward momentum or security or long term growth or goals regarding your work as well. There's something coming full cycle here. There's abundance coming in, but it's because of a slow and steady kind of wins the race energy. But it's also extremely like innovative. Like this is not slow in like a negative way. This is like mind blowing, but like grounding down these mind blowing revelations in a kind of grounded way, which allows you to kind of create miraculous things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, interesting. All right, let's see what else we can get from our other decks for Cancers. What is the most important message from their highest teams of light for their highest timeline? Angels, ancestors, most benevolent deities, ancestors and beings, angels and guardians and guides for Cancer people and placements. Third eye clarity. Wow, yeah, it's like seeing something really clear, being very careful, making the right decision or choice, especially when faced with conflict from others or something like that or opposition. Cancers. There's something about your regality here too. I'm seeing somebody like wearing beautiful things or being able to afford beautiful things like jewelry, or there's some kind of like you've reached the next level, here you go, like almost a promotion or an upgrade energy here. This could have been an earth sign in the past, or a position or a job or something that you've left behind, or something literally that you've left behind very tangibly. Tell me more. Someone could be like reflecting on you or remembering you or something like that, Cancer. This could be multiple people. This could be people from your previous positions. There's some kind of clarity on your passions as well. You could be moving beyond your fears. Tell me more. Cancers, most important vital messages. Yeah, Venus in the reverse, offer in the reverse. Maybe you had to leave an offer behind or reject a certain relationship or offer. Make a decision about it to leave it behind. Tell me more for our lovely Cancers for their highest timeline. This could have taken you some time to heal. Like you weren't rushing into a new beginning, especially with all this retrograde energy, Chiron, Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, in retrograde, right? But it's actually a great time. There's still a really good, well, at least for some, I love the vibe right now, honestly. Amen. But maybe it's because I'm creating the vibe. Yeah, forming structure, solid foundation on the top. So there's something about building structures in your life, but doing it in a really tangible way, like a slow but steady kind of measured way, which is really giving like it's kind of like building a foundation of a house. Like you don't rush to put together the basement of a house. You know what I mean? Like you take your time. You dig it. You put every block. If you're doing like I don't know much about house building, but like or if you're pouring a cement thing or whatever, there's like a planning involved. There's like a structured series of events to create a castle, to create the Taj Mahal. I don't know why I'm getting that in my head, so I don't know. So maybe there's something here about that. So interesting energy, forming structures. Yeah, it's like very careful. Like just like there's like those meditative practices where they balance stones on top of each other, right? So beautiful energies. You could be moving beyond the past as well. But you're doing this in like not in a way of like regret or repress, but I feel like it's in a, like a tangible, grounded way. Like you're processing the experiences, so you don't have to repeat them and move beyond them. But let's get you wisdom of the oracle for Cancers. Messages for Cancers. Cancer people and placements. What's their most important advice for their highest timeline? Soulmates in the reverse. Yeah, like you could have left something behind, like we said. Anything else for Cancer, or something just didn't work out? Yeah, it's like you're coming out of chaos and conflict now. Chaos is a ladder, right? Yeah, this is an advantageous moment to restore order. Interesting. You could also be like negotiating things with people, or there could be negotiations. Even in the seeming chaos, there is a kind of divine order, a complete resorting of the elements. This is powerful. So it's kind of like hopping into a new timeline. You could do work with that or speaking with your guides. If your intention is to find the best solution for the highest good of all, there is positive news. The timing is perfect. Things are already stirred up, so don't be afraid to jump in the mix. You discover everything you need to know about how this situation affects you long term. Be present in the eye of chaos. This moment is valuable. Don't waste it. This could be in your career or something about closing cycles out or reaching a new level of maturity as well. So let's get you a more fun kind of deck, because I feel like I've been very serious in your reading. Not too serious. I mean, I hope you've enjoyed it, but messages for Cancers from their highest teams of light. What is the most important valuable message from this deck for them, for their highest timeline? Starseed. Yeah, you could have like had like a twin flame connection or something like that, or this could have been like a part of your soul that was split when you reincarnated, and maybe you've met this person, but it doesn't mean you have to stay with this person. Of course, you're not, sharing the same body. But let's see for Cancers. Somebody here could have red hair or red tinges in their hair as well. Red flag, vampire in the verse. Yeah, I think you've moved beyond something that could have been causing you to lose something or lose energy. Yeah, it literally could have been causing you to lose money. But let's see what else we can get for our Cancers. Let's get you the dice now for our lovely Cancer people. And placements for their highest timeline. What's the most important message from their highest teams of light, guardian angels, and guides? Jesus, Angel Michael, for Cancer people and placements. 6. Yeah, there's a new beginning in your like work, or maybe like something about your money or self-esteem in the past could have been very foggy to you, and you were able to really narrow something down. You could have spread your energy between far too many things in the past, and now you've kind of been able to center yourself and ground yourself and really make wise decisions and choices and conscious decisions and choices. Wow, yeah, moving beyond some kind of imprisonment or slavery. It's kind of like I'm seeing that clip from Tom Cruise when he, like, all the cells get opened during that scene. I think it's like a Mission Impossible movie. This could have caused a lot of chaos or upheaval. Yeah, okay. Cancers, but it was worth it. I had to. It's kind of like Shawshank Redemption. Yeah, it's going to cause shit, but at least you're not in prison. Cancers. Messages for Cancers. Most important, valuable messages for their highest timeline from their angels. The arts. Okay. The arts. Maybe music or like artistic kind of inspirations helped you leave something behind or process some kind of fears. What the hell is that sound? Okay, Cancers. From their highest teams of light. Yeah. It's like putting something to bed, putting something to rest. Cancers. Medicine, because it's healing. Beautiful. Yeah, you're actually moving away from a sense of lack here. Like you're not going to be, maybe you were like, yeah, something was very like negative or it was draining you. And so you kind of had to clear your energy with sage and everything, like, and just in general, like to call in your dreams, to protect them. Yeah, someone could have been comparing themselves to you or wanted to be like you or was trying to mimic you. This could have been someone you were in a relationship with, kind of like an evil doppelganger or an evil twin energy. Messages for Cancer people and placements from their highest teams of light. Most important, valuable messages. Oh, this one really came out. Studying. Interesting, yeah. You could be learning a lot about history. Anything else? You could be like spending time structuring your time, right, for your hobbies, or you can see how she's kind of, for her dreams, for her goals. She's got her like books laid out. She's got everything out. She's like taking time. Maybe she has a calendar. Maybe she's checking her email, listening to music, having a coffee. Sorry. Solitude and burdens. Yeah, lifted. I feel like you're lifting burdens. You could be doing this privately as well. This could be by ending cycles. Yeah, especially regarding work and maybe cleaning. You could be really like cleaning things. You can see how like this card is in the reverse, but it's so messy. But this one is upright, where it's solitude and it's clean. So maybe you've taken some time out to kind of clean things up and clean things out. You could be learning, you could be studying more, you could be getting new inspirations, you could be really centering your energy. Let's get you actions and advice. I'm so hot all of a sudden in your reading. It's getting so hot. Oh, I need some water. At least it's hot. I mean, hot weather is kind of nice though sometimes, especially if you have too many cold days. It's kind of nice to boil a little, cook a little bit. All right, let's get you advice. What's your most important action from their highest team of light, angels, and guides for the highest timeline for Cancer people and placements? What's the most important action? Wow, reconsider your beliefs, especially anything that's like commitments or anything that was holding you back. Reconsider that. There's something that something you can discover or find out about a commitment or something about that as well, or your beliefs. There's something like shifting here as well. Maybe you're working with labradorite could be relevant, but be careful with that stone. I don't know. If you're moving to stability, I wouldn't use it. Well, no offense, this is my opinion. Everybody has their own thing. But yeah, maybe there are certain stones that you're being called to work with or something. But What's the most important action for Cancers at this time for the highest timeline from their angels and guides and guardians? There's something about not second guessing yourself as well. Like you could be thinking very clearly here. Yeah, there's something about like long-term stability here. Interesting, Ten of Pentacles here. You could be like cultivating or studying how to create like long-term stability, or like what do you want? What do you want to manifest? What do you want to have? What kind of home? How much money in your bank account? What do you do for work? How do you feel? What are your hobbies? You know, I don't know. Or this just could be about like working on the home area or your stability, your structure, your foundations. Any other last piece of advice to tie this together for Cancer's highest timeline? There's something about timing here. Sensing the right timing as well. Sensing the present moment could be important. Yeah. And personal happiness, yeah. It's like being shown the way because you're centering yourself. So as such, you're able to see the golden trail, the golden road kind of energy. So, yeah. There's a portal. You could be being got, yeah, Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So you're healing your finances. There's going to be some kind of beautiful kind of understanding or balance or growth or beautiful card, eh? I don't know, something very peaceful here. It's giving me very peaceful vibes, very graceful vibes. Yeah, we have the Tower in the reverse on the bottom. This is like stabilizing after chaos. That's nice. Let's get you an oracle. Cancers, most important valuable message for their highest timeline, themes of light. Oh, I'm gonna just lower my chair a bit. Oh, don't go any lower. Okay, never mind. All right, Cancers, what's your most important valuable Cancer? How funny. Call yourself back from all space and time to feel, to sense, to reflect on the oceans of your presence within. I also heard to heal. So maybe you're like feeling not so good either, like, or maybe it's your time of the month or something like that. So it's kind of like, you know, time to kind of rest and recuperate and rejuvenate inner self, emotional wellness, and boundaries. How are you doing? How are you doing? Sorry, I'm seeing Joey from Friends. That is the question to ask yourself when the Cancer Sun sign card appears in a reading. When was the last time you took a moment to check in with yourself? Listen to something about turkey. Maybe you're eating turkey. Listen to your internal landscape and support your emotional needs. I like that. Listening to your internal landscape. Yeah, supporting your emotional needs with the Nine of Cups is part of your advice. Cancer's mission is to teach you how to find your own little, I heard, secret corner of the world where you can retreat and replenish your energy. That makes sense why the moon was here. It reminds you the power of self-care and that your emotions are potent allies when you take time to listen rather than trying to suppress them. Your emotions may offer you a deeper understanding about how and when you need to establish better boundaries or bring light to feeling overwhelmed or burned out, or guide you to the things that bring you happiness or steer you away from what steals your joy. So when we're kind of centered, we can really sense what's the right decision, right? We can sense what's going to bring us happiness. It's when we're frazzled and chaotic that it's like we're desperate or we have other things competing for our emotions or something that we're not sure what, which opportunity to choose or something. Every emotion has something to teach, and yours have been seeking an audience with you. Ask your emotions plainly. What are you trying to tell me? Then listen carefully because the answer could surprise you. If you're reading about someone else, receiving this card is a sign that they could use some additional support. Maybe pray for them, right? Pray for anybody. Ask them, hope the best for them. Sunbathing. The dance of stillness is calling for you to live in its embrace. Sunbathing. It's very gentle, very like peaceful. All your cards are giving me like ultimate peace, like calling in that light. Maybe you're like calling in your spirit team, like praying, like close your eyes or just say thank you so much for your spirit team and your guides and your ancestors, and call them in, really appreciate them, or appreciate the world, appreciate your past, appreciate your circumstances, right? So really centering, asking for peace, asking them to protect you with peace, to let you feel that peace, to give you that peace, to help you to create more peace in the world. It's a spiritual strength and restoration. There are many ways to experience rest and self-care, and you're being guided to explore the ways you need to heal at this time. Look beyond the most obvious choices of rest and relaxation. So maybe this is something about like doing a creative hobby or going somewhere new. Although these are worthy pursuits, because typically this card indicates a need to experience a spiritual restoration, like spending more time in meditation, I heard, in nature, or prayer. So maybe there's a place locally you can kind of go. Communing with your guides or ancestors, or developing a spiritual self-care practice that might manifest in working with herbs, tarot cards, or something related to your culture's mysticism or the natural cycles of the season. Also, like going for a walk. It's important to establish a regular practice, like maybe touching trees or grounding energy, or communing with nature, communing with the world at large, your world, your reality, your energy. It's important to establish a regular practice of spiritual nourishment rather than anything that's one-off. Having a ritual grounds the energy, allowing you to build your soul strength. It's also like an exercise. It's like a muscle, right? Which will make it easier when you inevitably find yourself facing harsher realities or responsibilities. So it's kind of like helps you to actually mitigate as well, and channel and create what you want in your world as well. Yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's get you guys an Egyptian or Cancer people in placement. So we'll move on to juicy messages for their highest team of light. What's the most important, valuable? Truth and fairness, Mott. So this is about the cosmic scales rebalancing. There's something also maybe about like flying high or sky high or seeing something from like a bird's eye perspective. This could be your mindset or your emotional realm, and both how those are tied together as well. Yeah, wisdom on the bottom. Ooh, I love that. 13 there and 31 there. That's gorgeous. Let's see what we can get for juicy messages. Cancers. Most important. Oh my god, 20 minutes in. I didn't even notice. Okay, messages for cancers. From their spirit team. Hi, Slate. Most important timeline messages for Cancer people and placements. Most valuable messages for Cancer energies, for Cancers from their spirit team, guardians and guides, angels, ancestors for Cancers. A little bit of Monica on my life, a little bit of on my side. Margarita's all I need. Messages for Cancers. Messages for Cancers. Maybe Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls could be relevant because I don't know. Messages for Cancer. Cancer. Oh my god. Cancer from their spirit team, guardians and guides. For Cancer people and placements. Cancer energies. You could have been dealing with somebody who worked in the trades. Cancer. Oh my god, okay. Okay, let's see. Other men are intimidated by you. Maybe because they were trying to trap you in a commitment or trap you in general. Stay uninterested in them. I mean, if this didn't say decenter men, I don't know what did. It said, heed the advice of your guides. They tried to drain your energy. Well, we did have vampire here. Step into alignment and stay in alignment, right? Always work on strengthening that connection. Ask them, pray with them to strengthen that connection. End it and ghost. I'm seeing maybe you're baking or making like savory rolls. There's a great way to do that. You can just, I don't know, I'm craving one right now. So I don't know, maybe you're making savory rolls. But yeah, like a nice buttered up kind of fresh out of the oven roll. Stillness is sacred. Grounding / integrating. Yeah, stillness is sacred, right? When you're rushing your energy left and right, that's not grounded. That's not being a channel. That's not being a conduit. That's not manifesting sometimes. It can just spread your energy. I mean, it's great to get inspired, and you do need that as well. But if you really want to just center yourself and kind of see what's really important for you, maybe step away from things. Stillness is sacred. Grounding / integrating. So this could be like meditating, sitting underneath a tree, listening to the birds, the sounds, the sky, things like that. We have Vasuki, the one who awakens. Interesting. We have jump on the chariot and go for it. Yeah, so you could really, it's kind of like, yeah, I'm getting that quote in my head. It's like the one who still overtakes the one that is running or something like that. Never rushes here. Yeah, we have a lot of retrograde energy, so it's a great time to take your time at this time. But it doesn't mean you can't go forward. You can go forward. Just take your time in doing so and really make sure you're laying that foundation. Make sure you're putting the little steps together. Make sure you're reading the things that you need to do. Make sure you're breaking it down, right? Sorry, I sound annoying. The impossible can become possible. Actually, I don't want to affirm that. It was just tiring. The impossible can become possible. Okay, yeah, because you're like anchoring it in with this frequency of love, this frequency of self-happiness, this frequency of stability. 10 of Pentacles. This is happy, stable, content, secure energy. You are being observed. This could be from other people, new people who want to offer you opportunities, people that worked with you in the past. Return to sender, so you could be continuing to just focus on your own energy, and anything that's not yours, it's not yours. Return it. End it with grace. We have don't get stuck in the same bullshit over and over again. Wants to see you fired. I mean, maybe you're used to seeing people, like meeting people like this, so it's really important that you learn the lessons and you don't let these people manifest a reality where you're stronger, they're kind of dead. I don't know. Just don't entertain them. Ulterior motives. We have you are getting channeled messages. So there's a need to kind of center so you can hear it. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Sit down and heal. Secret enemy disguised as a friend. Fueled by self-love. Someone else could be fueled by self-hatred, side note. Discoveries are made and perceptions change. Because every second reality is different. Every single moment, of awareness, reality is shifted, and that's just quantum physics, right? So wants to remind you of when you were nostalgic for them, lol. So this could be somebody that's trying to tether you to a reality they want to create around you. They want to create these boundaries, these prison walls around you, and create your reality for you. So there's something about you creating your own reality. One step is better than none at all. Exactly. So tiny little steps, like we were saying. I hope you enjoyed this quick little reading. Thank you for joining me. Please hit like, subscribe. You can get a personal using the Buy Me a Coffee link. We'll leave a tip through there. Best of luck. Take care.